Next, we have to study about rotating frame of reference. That means one frame of reference is at rest. At the same point, another frame of reference is rotating. And how a person from the rotating frame of reference observe the particle, how the fictitious force acts. See, consider this is one frame of reference. It is an inertial frame of reference having this coordinate zi, yi and xi. Let O be the origin. And imagine another frame of reference. So this inertial frame of reference is represented by S, xi, yi, zi. It is an inertial frame of reference in which the particle of mass m is present. And there is another frame of reference which is rotating about this S. For simplicity, let us consider this both the origins are coinciding. It is rotating with a constant angular velocity omega. Now this is YR it is rotating frame of reference. YR, and this z x-axis also rotates. XR. So z axis coincides. Z axis of both the frames of reference S and S dash are coinciding. Now this is X and Y axis, it rotates, but Zi and Zr are coinciding. So since both the frames have got a common origin, the position vector of the particle is Ri is equal to Rr is equal to, it is R, same, because it is just the same distance. So centers of both the frames of reference are coinciding and they are rotating about the z axis with a constant angular velocity omega. This is important. So ille eradu z axis ille zi and this is it is I and this one is R. This is also R and this is also R. These are rotating. Since the origins of both the axes are coincident, then this is the condition Ri is equal to Rr is equal to R. Now the particle of mass m is in the rotating frame, in the inertial frame, S given by xi, yi, zi, and This rotating frame is represented by S dash is equal to XR, YR, ZR. R stands for rotating. Now we are discussing a rotating frame of reference. So consider two frames of reference, S and S dash. S is an inertial frame of reference. It is at rest. A particle of mass m is present in the reference frame S, inertial frame. And consider another frame of reference S dash, which is rotating about an S with a constant angular velocity omega. So this reference frame is represented by S dash is equal to XR, YR, ZR, and definitely the rotating frame of reference is a non-inertial frame of reference because it is constantly rotating. So let this ZR, YR and XR represents the coordinates of S dash frame. For simplicity, we assume that the origins of both the frames of reference coincident, and this rotating frame of reference is rotating, S dash is rotating about the Z axis. So Z I and Z are also lying on the same line. So they are rotating with a constant angular velocity. Since the origins are coinciding, the position vector of the particle is same. Ri is equal to Rr is equal to R. Then since it is moving, it is rotating with a constant angular velocity. So a linear velocity observed by the observer in the S dash frame is minus omega into R. So long back there was a relation between linear velocity and angular velocity is R omega. So here it is taken as a negative sign because observer is observing from the S dash frame, which is rotating, the particle which is present in the inertial frame of reference. Then if dr upon dt, the rate of change of position is velocity, represents linear velocity of the particle in S frame, then dr upon dt into R is observed from the rotating frame of reference. So velocity of the particle is minus omega into R. Therefore, the velocity observed in the rotating frame is sum of these two, dr upon dt is equal to, this is dr upon dt I, it is minus omega into r. What is this? It is dr upon dt into I. This is equal to, this is what your dr upon dt r. This becomes plus omega into r. Call this equation as 1. So actually this equation holds for all vectors and relates the time derivatives of the vectors in the frames S and S dash. This is d by dt is a time derivative in the S frame, d by dt, and this is what in the rotatory frame S dash. Therefore, equation 1 may be written in the form of operator equation. Equation 1 in the form of an operator equation. So what is that equation? So our operator equation is d upon dt. Remove this r here. I is equal to, once again, an operation of d upon dt r plus omega. Call this equation as 2. And in equation 1, this is the velocity. You know that your dr upon dt is what? Your velocity. Then equation 1 can be written as Vi is equal to, this is Vr plus omega into r. Call this equation as 3. So after this I will repeat once again. See, we have considered the two frames of reference, S and S dash. S is an inertial frame of reference. S dash is a non-inertial frame of reference. Because it is rotating with the constant angular velocity, we know that if any frame of reference is rotating, it is non-inertial frame of reference, and their axes are represented by xi, yi, zi is for S, xr, yr, z is for S dash. For simplicity, we assume that the origin of both the frames of reference are coinciding, and there is a particle of mass m in the S frame, and since the origin of both frames of reference are coinciding, the position vector of the particle in both the frames of reference is same. Ri, Rr is equal to R. So, since the reference frame S dash is moving with a constant angular velocity omega, its linear velocity is observed from the S dash frame is V is equal to minus omega into R. Actually it is R into omega, But since it is observed from the S dash frame, negative sign is taken. Then, if dr upon dt is the linear velocity of the particle of mass m in S frame, dr upon dt r is in the S dash frame, rotating frame. So this is motion, this is motion, this is also rotation. The relation connecting these three is in the rotating frame of reference. It is in the inertial frame of reference minus omega r, sum of these two. But from this equation, dr upon dt I is equal to dr upon dt r plus omega into r, or this equation as 1. So actually this equation holds good for all vectors and relates the time derivatives of the vectors in frame S and S dash. This equation 1 may be written in the form of an operator equation. So that is d by dt I is equal to d upon dt r plus omega for this equation as 2. So but rate of change of position is the velocity. Substitute this in equation 1. V got to Vi is equal to Vr plus omega into r, for this equation as 3. Now if you operate equation 2 on velocity vector Vi, so this is your dVi upon dti is equal to, it is dVi upon dt, it is in the rotatory frame of reference, r plus omega into what? Your Vi. So we have operated equation 2 on the velocity vector Vi. Substitute the value of Vi here on the right hand side of this equation. So this is dVi upon dt I is equal to, so d upon dt of what is Vi here? Vr plus omega into r. Of course, this is with respect to r, rotating frame of reference, plus omega into your Vi is Vr plus omega into r. Then you simplify this. It is dVi upon dt as it is equal to, it is dVr upon dt, dVr upon dt plus d omega by dt, second term as it is r, plus dr upon dt, differentiation of UV method, dr upon dt into what? Your omega. Of course, this is what? Your R. Plus omega into VR plus omega into R. Okay. This is equal to dVr upon dt. Of course, in the rotating frame R, plus d omega upon dt of what? R into R, plus dr upon dt R into omega plus omega into VR plus omega into R. Here, so it is moving with a constant angular velocity omega. S dash frame is moving with a constant angular velocity omega. So this term is equal to 0. What? Differentiation of constant quantity is 0. This entire term becomes 0. So what is the remaining now? This is dVi upon dt I is equal to dVr upon dt R, this is 0, plus dr upon dt R into omega plus omega into VR plus omega into R. Now here dV upon dt, rate of change of velocity is acceleration in inertial frame of reference. dVr upon dt R is the rate of change of velocity in the rotatory frame of reference. It is AR. dr upon dt, the velocity in the rotatory frame of reference, distance upon time. Therefore, this is AI is equal to, and for this I will write it as AR plus, you write this first omega into VR, omega into VR plus omega into VR plus omega into R, or this is AI is equal to AR. Omega into VR is 2 omega into VR. AR plus omega into R. So call this equation as 4. So in this equation 4, we have this AI is called acceleration of a particle in the inertial frame of reference. And this AR is acceleration of a particle in a rotating frame of reference. And the term this 2 omega into VR is called Coriolis acceleration, name of the scientist CORI. Coriolis acceleration. And the term is omega into omega R is called centripetal acceleration. See here, this is acceleration of a particle in the inertial frame of reference. AR is the acceleration of a particle in the rotating frame of reference. 2 omega into VR is Coriolis acceleration. So Coriolis is the name of the scientist. So omega into R is called as centripetal acceleration. Then if m is the mass of the particle, so then corresponding force is given by, this is m into AI, this is m into AR plus 2m omega into VR plus m, this is omega into R. So I multiplied throughout this m. If m is the mass of the particle, corresponding force is given by these quantities. So or this is, this Fi, this is Fr plus 2m omega into VR plus m omega into R. So Fi is what? Force in the inertial frame of reference. Fr is the force observed in the rotating frame of reference. Also we know that F dash is equal to Fi plus Fo. What is F dash? F dash is the force observed in the moving frame of reference. In this particular equation, your F dash is nothing but Fi. Therefore, this Fi is equal to Fi plus F2. Then substitute that. Fi is equal to Fr is Fi plus Fo plus 2m omega into Vr plus m omega into R. Then you know this Fi cancels. Then what remains? This is Fo is what? 50 Ts force is equal to minus 2m omega into Vr minus m omega square into R. Call this equation as phi. So this is 50 Ts force is equal to, that term is called as Caroli's force. Plus centrifugal force. So from equation 5 it is clear that the 50 Ts force is equal to this Caroli's force plus centrifugal force. Now the important thing is, we have to discuss about what is this Caroli's force. Just what is this? In equation 4, AI is equal to AR plus 2 omega into VR plus omega into omega R. Here AI is acceleration of a particle in the inertial frame of reference. AR is acceleration of a particle in the rotating frame of reference, which is non-inertial. 2 omega into VR is Caroli's acceleration. Caroli is the name of the scientist. Omega into omega R is nothing but omega square R, is centripetal acceleration. Then if you multiply this equation throughout by mass of the particle, corresponding force is given by this equation. M into I is force in the inertial frame of reference. M into AR is force in the rotating frame of reference. 2m omega into VR plus m omega into R. But in the previous section somewhere we know that F dash force observed, total force, is Fi plus Fo. Fi is force in the inertial frame of reference, Fo is fictitious force. So here in this equation, your F dash is nothing but Fr. Therefore, Fr is equal to Fy plus Fo. Substitute in the place of Fr. So this Fy, if you take other side, it becomes 0. Therefore, I have written Fo is equal to what? It is minus 2m omega into Vr minus m omega square r. Call this equation as 5. So in this equation 5, fictitious force is equal to Caroly's force plus centrifugal force. And lastly, we have to think about what is this Caroly's.